If you are trying to learn about a culture, the challenge is time. And that's something that applied to the work that I've done with gay and lesbian Indonesians, and it applies just as much when you're studying something like virtual worlds. You have to live inside the community that you're studying. My name is Boellstorff. I'm a professor in the Department of Anthropology at the University of California, Irvine. And in Second Life, I'm a digital ethnographer. When I started, Second Life only had 2,500 members, and the maximum number of people in the world at any one time was about 200. I decided that I would fly over all of Second Life just to see what people had done. It took me 1 week to do it, about maybe 2 hours a day. Imagine trying to do that now. And anthropologists don't just study New York City and Berlin and Tokyo. We go to little villages. From studying a small community, we can learn about the realm of possibility for human experience. An ethnographer studies how people live and think. You do what's called participant observation, hanging out. And every week I would have what was called the digital cultures chat. Anyone who wanted to could teleport in and we would chat, and that would all be data. The thing that is special about virtual worlds is that they are places. People will say you go on Facebook or something like that, but you go in Second Life. And for some people, they experience Second Life solely for gameplay. But that's still very different from saying it's a game. People can do things together, and that can create social interaction that can be meaningful because you're not just talking about something that you've done elsewhere, you're doing something. I've come to realize that people's screen names are real to them. They might have a business based on it, they might have friendships or a partner. There can be many reasons why people might want to have a name that isn't tied to their physical world identity. It is not necessarily for the purpose of deception. There are people who are thinking about changing their gender without having to let the people around them know. The era of big data that Facebook and Google and other folks are using, where they're making money off of knowing everything about you and selling that, in a Edward Snowden era, now the idea of Second Life has gone from being behind the times to being sort of cutting edge again.
Now we're all ready to enter into the world of real life.
To call the physical world real life is the #1 problem in the study of technology. A lot of stuff that happens online is real. If I learn German online, I could use that when I go to Berlin. If I gamble online and lose money, that money is gone. When people talk about Second Life versus real life, the assumption that contains is that everything physical is real. But some things in the physical world aren't real. You can read a novel, in the physical world. You can act Shakespeare. You can act in a play. What is the meaning of the word real? And I wish I had the answer to it. I don't. But what I do know is that virtual worlds like Second Life give us a wonderful way to think in new, fresh ways about that question. If the virtual reality stuff ends up sticking, virtual worlds are definitely one of the top things that they would be used for, right? But it's not going to take over virtual worlds. It's just one more way of accessing them. We also know from the broader study of internet technology that for a lot of people, the most powerful experiences they have with technology is when their husband texts them, "I love you," and it's using SMS. A big issue is this tendency to assume that what's important is either what's new or what's big. I will have people say, Second Life is 10 years old. Why are you still studying it? I never have people say, why are you still going to Indonesia? As these things keep changing and emerging, we really want to make them serve the cause of good as much as possible. And that's in our hands, not the technology's hands.